So I'm sure you guys have been seeing me recently skate these two Etnies models. This is the LoCut and this is the Marana. And the main question I've been getting is which one is better, which one do I like more, and essentially what is the difference between the two. So today we're going to talk about it. So hopefully after this video, this will answer any of your questions that you guys had about these shoes. Maybe it'll help you kind of consider picking one now over the other. I don't know. You guys let me know. I guess the first thing that we should go over that I get asked a lot is which one has more board feel and easier to break in. I want to say the LoCut is a lot thinner and surprisingly way easier to break in. But if you don't mind the thicker sole, the Marana does break in very easily, but you're just not going to get that board feel that you will in this shoe. The other main question I got was which one is more durable. I want to say the Marana is definitely way more durable. There's a few reasons why I want to say this shoe is more durable. First of all, the toe cap has that like rubbery toe cap around it. There's also no stitching around it. So this shoe already, the flick is going to last way longer in this shoe. Speaking about durable, the Michelin sole will definitely last a lot longer than the other sole. And I do want to mention, I do notice the Michelin sole being a lot grippier than the other. And here's just kind of a difference between the soles. This one does say non-slip, and it's not that it's not grippy. I just feel that there's definitely way more grip in the Michelin one. Really quick, back to the durability. I skated both of these shoes for about 3 days each, and you can pretty much see on the LoCut, this shoe started to rip up a little bit on the seam, where the Marana had no wear and tear. Because even as far as the laces go, you can see these laces are going to start ripping a little bit faster. Even though the laces are starting to kind of get frayed on this one, this shoe actually does offer lace protection underneath. I wonder if you can actually see it. Kind of going back to the padding on the shoes, this shoe has the STI actual like foam pad in here. So this insole already is a lot better than the insole in this shoe. The insole on the LoCut is a little harder to get out right now, but you can tell it's a lot thinner than this one. The next thing I do want to talk about is the tongue on these shoes. So this tongue on the Marana is a lot thinner. You can even see just a lot thinner, and there are no elastic straps that keep this tongue in place. So this tongue has the little lace hole right here, so it helps stay in place. But over here on the LoCut, the tongue is a lot poofier, definitely more of that like kind of 90s, 2000 fat tongue right here. And there is elastic on the inside right here. So this way your tongue is not really fighting going left and right. It's always going to pretty much stay centered. And in my opinion, the elastic kind of helps hold your foot in place. But don't get me wrong, once you're laced up in this shoe, your foot is not going anywhere. But the other thing about this shoe is that you'll be able to kind of slide your foot in and out of the shoe while it's being laced up. In this shoe, I found that I actually had to tie my shoe in and out every time I wanted to take my foot out of it. I mean, you could force it, it's fine, but this made it a little bit easier. So the next thing I want to talk about is the ankle height. So you guys can kind of see on the Marana, the ankle sits a little bit lower than here. So with it being a little bit lower right here, yeah, you can move like your foot and ankle a little bit more. It doesn't feel like your foot is gonna fall out or feel like it's gonna roll or anything, but my board whacked me here a few times, where on this side, it definitely protected me a lot more. Also, you can kind of see how the padding on the ankle on both sides, this is a little bit higher up. And so when I personally do heel flips, I've noticed my heel flips definitely slide off of this right here. Doesn't have that on this shoe, which is fine. I can still heel flip. I just find it easier and a little bit more protection when I do it in this shoe. Also, just kind of as a top view, you can kind of tell the Marana is definitely a very narrow shoe. The LoCut is narrow, but also a little bit poofier. So really depending on like if you have a wide foot or narrow foot, maybe you'll pick one shoe over the other. Personally, I just like a puffy tongue, so I just like this a lot. I wish this had a bigger tongue. I think I would like it much more, but it still works. The next thing I do want to talk about is price point. The LoCut is a $90 shoe. The Marana is a $100 shoe. And if you're trying to look for a shoe that's going to last a little bit longer, I think it's worth spending the $10 more in getting this shoe. You are getting the Michelin grip, you're getting the better insole, and you're getting a better toe cap. So I'm positive this shoe will definitely last you longer than this shoe. But if you're looking for something with more board feel, thinner cup sole, I mean, this thing broke in really easily right away. And it's just got that big poofy tongue that I personally love. This is not a bad option. So ultimately the question is, which one do I like better? And honestly, still a hard pick for me. I honestly like both of these shoes probably the same amount, and I probably dislike them the same amount, if that makes sense. I just wish this shoe had the Michelin grip and stuff in them. I might put this insole in here and see how that goes. Don't get me wrong, I think the triple stitching on this shoe though will keep this shoe alive a little bit longer than I thought. But honestly, if the Marana had like a big poofy tongue with elastic and just kind of like a thicker ankle padding around it, I think this would be my ultimate shoe. But don't get me wrong, I think Etnies is onto something right now. I feel like both of the shoes are really almost being perfect. They're almost there. I think with a few tweaks, honestly, on each shoe, it's just gonna get better and better. I was really surprised how much I like these shoes, how durable this thing is, how easy this thing was to break in. Because I've skated a lot of shoes recently, and I didn't think I was actually gonna like these that much. Yeah, thank you Etnies again for hooking your boy up. And if you guys are interested in picking up a pair of Etnies, use my promo code Spencer20 so you guys get 20% off. I think if you pick up a pair, you actually might be surprised how much you like them too. Comment and let me know what you guys think about these shoes. Which shoes are you guys currently skating? Are there any other Etnies models that I'm sleeping on? The Scam is the other one that I've heard is really good. I've actually heard from a number of people now that have mentioned I should try that shoe next. I also saw they just dropped a Sour Solution shoe collab that was like really sick. They have a low top and like a high top. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys later.